Love runs so deep that not even the grave can hold them back from guiding you and loving you. Reasons names will be changed in the story, and thank you for trusting me with your story. Mother, who we will call Gigi in the story, had a brother named Greg, and Greg, at the age of 18 years old in 1988, committed suicide, and this was devastating news for the family. Years later, in 1993, Gigi ends up going to college, and in college, she takes a class that's called physical science, and she ends up getting paired with this guy we're going to call Mike for privacy purposes. And Mike and her had to do this project from home, so Gigi decided to go over to Mike's house to complete the project. Lived in one of these houses where college students rented out rooms, and they all lived together. Some people knew each other, some people didn't. Regular day, and Gigi and Mike are working on the project inside the house, and one of Mike's roommates comes out of the room. And now we're gonna call her Joyce for privacy reasons. Joyce didn't look like a regular college student age. She looked like she was in her 40s. Joyce walked up to where Mike and Gigi were working on the project, and she started staring into Gigi's eyes like a death stare kind of look. And she pulled out a pack of cigarettes, and out of the pack of cigarettes, she pulled out one cigarette and started smoking it. At that point, Gigi and Mike started feeling a little uncomfortable with Joyce in the kitchen with them, and she pauses for a second and stares into Gigi's eyes and asks Gigi, "Did you have a brother?" Now think about what she just said. She said, "Did you have a brother?" Not, "Do you have a brother?" A little shocked because Mike didn't know that she had a brother. He only knew that she had a son, and that's it. She had not disclosed any information about having a brother ever for Joyce to know. And back then, the internet really didn't exist. So, in Gigi's mind, how did she know I had a brother, not do? And Gigi was a little confused, but also questioning what Joyce knew. So she kind of said yes in a questionable way, like, "How do you know I had a brother?" And that's when Joyce pauses and says, "I have a message for you." You can say is what? And of course, wanting to know more answers to what Joyce could possibly know, she lets her go on. And she says, "He smiles every time he sees your son." Continues on to say to Gigi that he hadn't been able to see her or her son in a while, but now he can, and he's okay. Now, at that point in time, Gigi breaks down crying. She's scared, she's shocked, she's unsure of what to feel, and Joyce was done. She says, "No more questions. I can't take any more of this," and she walks away. Gigi has so many questions for Joyce that she couldn't help herself but go back over Mike's house and meet up with Joyce. And Joyce explained to her that sometimes spirits come to her and flood her head with messages to give to people. But in that particular day, she had no more messages for Gigi, and she didn't know what else to say to her. So what Gigi do? She made it a habit to try to bump into Joyce every time she could when she had a break. Any chance that she could bump into Joyce, she would, to the point that Joyce told her stop stalking her. She needs to stop coming over Mike's house altogether. Many years, Gigi held on to that experience, not really truly letting it ever go. And then last year, in October, she ended up coming across a house that only had 3 photos. And for some weird reason, she felt as though her brother was guiding her towards the house. This was at a time where Gigi had a low budget, houses were out of her price range. And for this house, for her to come across this house that only had 3 photos, and her seeing it, the photos, giving her chills, not in a bad way, but as if she was spiritually connected to the house. She knew she couldn't miss out on this house. And the house ended up being a great deal. That the moment that her and her family, all of them, walked into the house, they all felt chills. And it's like they all knew that Gigi was right. Her brother was guiding her to this home. And long term, this house ended up being the best decision they ever made. They was in a great neighborhood, and the house is still with them to today. What do you guys think it was? Do you think it was Gigi's brother contacting her for the second time in her life? Or what do you guys think that was?